But I had been pressuring the St. Lawrence County attorney because it was him that I was doing the FOIL requests through, and he was denying me. So in March, he finally agreed to let me come up there and review two body camera videos, and he gave me a whole bunch of documentation, which way more than half of it I already had. And so in the USB that I received from the sheriffs, like I said, there was the audio-only interview verbally dated by McCarger on January 8th, but put into the file on January 7th, dated January 7th. But there was also another interview of Crystal at her job, I think it was like April 13th, 2021, and that's where they went there to ask her about, do you have video and a 2-page suicide note from Terron? And she, of course, denied all of it. And that was like the most of their investigation. There's even a part of the conversation where I hear her say, well, you remember, I think I told you before when we talked about it, the surveillance stuff. And I'm just like, wow, nobody ever came to me and told me about all these conversations. Nobody told me that anybody ever said that there was video of him, or a 2-page unaliving note, and that's the thing. I did receive the supposed unaliving note, which Crystal claims came from Terron's Spee Mentality Facebook page that none of his family or friends ever saw. And I can tell you that supposed unaliving note is fake, because those are not my son's words. I know how he speaks, and he doesn't speak like that.
Real quick, now, you keep using the expression unaliving, and I see that a lot online and YouTube comments and stuff like that, people saying unaliving rather than dying or killing and these kind of things. Now, is there a reason why you're using that on the radio now? It's just out of habit, or are you concerned about what's going on with that?
At this point, it's habit.
Yeah.
Because I've learned on TikTok especially, you have to watch what you say and how you say it. Otherwise, they will take down the video.
It's crazy, right? It's just crazy.
It is.
It's crazy. They totally took down my YouTube channel. Is totally gone. I can't even log into YouTube to view a video at this point. That's how much. Yeah, that's how much. I'm bullying Jeffrey Epstein. I'm bullying Alex Jones. Now, Potsdam. Real quick. The population of Potsdam and the number of Potsdam police officers, do you have that an idea of how big this town is?
I think Potsdam might be about 10,000, maybe a little bit less.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And how many cops are working in Potsdam, roughly?
Oh, goodness. I don't know. I'd say probably less than 15.
Okay. Then this idea.
Small department.
Yeah, a town that small, an activist in that town that small protesting police, and that few police, there's no way they weren't intimately knowledgeable of who you were. Because even in Las Vegas, our protesters in Vegas were followed back to their cars. They were run for warrants. They were picked up later on for stupid warrants that you'd never visit a person's home for a warrant. You'd wait till they were pulled over. So we've seen this before. In a town that small, there's no way. Now,
right.
Just to give the audience some context. Now, also, too, I'm watching this body cam video, and the cop says, "Can you go get the Narcan?" And what do you know about that?
I know that it's it's not a drug, but it's something to help reverse the effects of opioids, I believe.
Yeah, opiates, heroin.
Right.
Fentanyl.
Yeah. Right. And, so I know they gave him about 5 doses of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they found it in the toxicology. It's incidental finding of naloxone, or however they pronounced it there. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Well, then, was your son known to use opioids?
to be honest with you, I know my son did like to party.
Okay.
I can't say he was at any time that he was in Potsdam, but I know prior to that he had, you know.
Yeah.
But honestly, you know, in my head, if you're going to be around, whoever you're going to be around, whatever they're doing, you're into it some way or another, you know, or you're just allowing it, you know. So I don't know if he was using at the time or not, but I know that he had in the past.
Was any found in his system in the toxicology report?
No. Nope. It just said the Wellbutrin.
Okay.
Wellbutrin and weed.
Then if I'm if I have a roommate or a romantic interest, a friend is staying with me, and the police say, go get the Narcan, I'm going to immediately say, oh, no, he's got no dope in him. I know he doesn't, you know. Or, okay, go quick, get the Narcan. You know what I mean? You're going to have that kind of reaction, right? Either one way. What would your reaction have been if you see your son there passed out and the cop said, go get the Narcan? Would you say, he's not on dope? What would you say?
I would have said,
try it.
Go get it.
Yeah, try it. Yeah. Let's try it at this point, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I hear you.
And before I forget, I wanted to mention a couple things that I noticed recently. So, you know, there was a lot of, I don't know if you saw the video that I put up on TikTok in regards to all the racism that was going on in Potsdam and throughout St. Lawrence County. But there was this one that I had noticed a few days ago by this guy, Jerry Andrews. And he had put on September 16th, 2020, something like, if you think it's racist here in Potsdam, then you need to leave and go back to where you came from. You shouldn't be here, blah, blah, blah. Now, that post that I've shared many times from Crystal, dated September 17th, 2020, that says something like, even if I didn't do it, I probably did, though. Okay, so he posts on the 16th, she posts on the 17th. I didn't think anything about it at first until I realized that he is the same person that she invited to the private memorial that she invited no friends or family to.
And this is a white guy?
Yes.
Okay. Back to this, the date discrepancy. Have you been in contact with anybody involved with that interview or Potsdam police and said, hey, what's the explanation? What is your explanation for this date discrepancy?
Well, I've contacted Sheriff Bidwell from St. Lawrence County Sheriff because it's his department that has that file.
Yeah.
And I've gotten no response back. Not even anything that says, hey, we received your message. Nothing.
Have you tried, when you contact them, to send it to where they have to sign for it, you know, either certified or FedEx, you know, sometimes or priority mail where they have to, someone actually sign for that?
No, I have not done that.
Yeah, I found in the past that's very helpful. Yeah.
Okay.
I found in the past that's very helpful. If someone's on the hook, hey, we received this thing, my name's on there, we got to do something, guys. You know? So that's usually a helpful kind of thing. Oh, boy. Okay. And now you said there were you were able to view some other body cams. They didn't give you possession of them to post them or whatever, share them, but you were able to view them. What did you see on those? So
what they let me view was 2 body cam videos of Sheriff Detective McCarger coming to my house 2 separate times on January 8th, 2021. That's what they allow me to view. And actually, like in the beginning of both of them, I was like, I don't want to watch this, okay? Because that was like that moment reliving it again, you know. And I said to the county attorney, this is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the videos at the scene. There was 5 officers that showed up. I only got the 1 redacted body cam video. And the county sheriff just sent me through email a couple days ago a signed document from Sheriff Bidwell saying that there is no body cam videos from McCarger, Jones, or O'Connell at the scene of Terron's death.
Now, what is the policy then in Potsdam? Are they required to turn their cameras on, or is at their discretion? What is the policy?
Yep. pretty much it's at their discretion. So Potsdam Police Department, there were two officers, Officer Lavoie and Officer Stevenson. Officer Lavoie is the one I got the redacted body cam video from. He resigned after I called Internal Affairs. Officer Stevenson, Potsdam Police Chief Mark Murray says that Officer Stevenson left his body cam in the office on the charger while he went to the call.
Now, this officer that resigned, what was he near retirement? What's the story? How
no, not at all.
How old?
There was really no explanation. I think he's in his late 20s.
Okay.
Yeah, there's really no explanation. He actually went to a different department, like meter reading or something.
Okay, so he resigned, and how soon did he resign after your request for the body cam video?
Goodness.
Roughly.
April, at least 2 to 3 months after I got the body cam. Not even that long, because it wasn't long after I got the body cam video that I called Internal Affairs. And less than 2 weeks after that, he resigned.
Oh, so it was after the call to Internal Affairs.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yep.
Now, any progress, or what did the Internal Affairs do with your phone calls?
Internal Affairs, just as well as the governor of New York State and the state police, have pretty much all referred my complaints back to the Potsdam Police or the St. Lawrence County Sheriffs, the same departments that I'm complaining about. So that's why nothing happens.
Now, this woman that your son, Terron Evans, was living with when he died, I know there's been some animosity between the two of you. But since our last conversation, has there been any attempt to say, hey, Jen, let's sit down, let's talk about this, let's clear all this up, anything like that?
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. You know, and I heard in one of those interviews how she said that his mother's the leader of the Black Lives Matter bullshit. She's an embarrassment to him. Ooh.
That's okay.
She's an embarrassment to him. You know, no, there's been absolutely no attempt on her part at all to reach out to me.
What about...
If anything, I'm the bad person.
Yeah.
And just like in the interview at her job, you can hear the cops saying, those people and people like them, and they'll get bored and find a new victim. Like, really?
Yeah, you see, like, even if there isn't, like, a big cover-up, you know, like, which I think there is, but even if there isn't, like, a big cover, it's just people's personal attitudes, and, you know. And
right.
Like when you see like EMS show up and the guy's in handcuffs and they just treat him like crap, you know? They just treat him like he's not even worth spending time on there. It's just amazing how this goes on. But now there's no mutual friends between the two of you and your son, you know, that was friendly with both sides of this, that can say, hey, there's really nothing suspicious going on here. Let's all sit down in the same room. There's no one like that?
Unfortunately, there's not, because we choose who we hang around, you know,
yeah.
And if those people that I'm around are hanging around people like Crystal, then I'm not choosing to be around those people. You know what I'm saying? So the people that I have in my life, most of them know her from Potsdam, but didn't hang out with her, weren't friends with her like that.
Yeah, such an incredibly small town, you know.
Right. And then something else I found out, I think after you and I spoke last time, was so there was a relationship status put up on Facebook that Crystal had put up, and this guy that she was supposedly seeing at the time. And the post was put up just a couple days after Terron, what was supposed to be Terron's 27th birthday. So I went through... When that post was first forwarded to me, I got on his page and I looked at the comments on there, And one person said, you know, I hope she treats you right. And he said, she does. We've been together about a month, which would put it back to January, just a couple